In the graphic, what you will find is the present cost of refined petroleum motor spirit at the pump in each of the West African nations that neighbor us. Senegal at pump price today of 1,273 naira equivalent per liter. Guinea at 1,075 naira per liter. Cote d'Ivoire at 1,048 naira per liter equivalent in their currency. Mali, 1,113 naira per liter. We are presently the cheapest.
Fuel are more expensive. You must put it in context. In the first instance, are they oil producing countries? But even if you're not just going to end there, what kind of electricity regime do they have? Do their barbers need fuel? Do their hairdressers need fuel? Because when we talk PMS, people always look at the issue of vehicles. You need to ask yourself, what kind of public transportation do they have? If I was in the UK and fuel ballooned 50 times over, it's none of my business. Because I always have the trains to go on. I have the buses to go on. You know, so we need to put these things in context and don't let government people use figures to dabaru our heads and dabaru our minds. There must be something called comparative advantage if you produce a product from our soil. Okay? And so the question you would have asked is, okay, so had our refineries been working, Warri, Kaduna, Port Harcourt, and okay, no, we don't have Lagos said, but had even the three we had been working, we won't be talking of importation. The boogie, the dark monster in the petrol regime is that of importation. So if we're producing locally, then so be it. We must enjoy something in this, in this country, for God's sake, and we will not take excuses. The fathers of this country who decided to set up refineries in Kaduna, in Warri, and in Port Harcourt were not stupid. They wanted us to be self-sufficient, but are indisciplined. So now that the president has gone back to now that we know we are back to subsidy, why don't we see if we can retrace our steps further to stabilize the country and stabilize the economy? Why don't we look at other options? These market forces, in quotes, is the silliest thing I ever saw, because it's just indiscipline. You're talking of market forces of importing when you produce the thing locally, and till date, nobody has been held responsible for our refineries being down. Nobody has told us how much has been spent on allocations to the refineries. Kaduna refinery has been down for only God knows how long. Have they been collecting salaries, leave allowance, bonuses, grants? We're such a wasteful country. The president needs to take the bull by the horn. As you're trying reforms, you must go after those who have put us in this mess. You must. He cannot run away from it. You must go. I know some of them are his friends and associates. Too bad. Some of them probably contributed to his campaign. Too bad. The president must stand up as the president of the people, not the president of his supporters, not the president of his financiers. Because if he doesn't do it, somebody else will at some point. And it will not be palatable. It's just a prediction. I don't know anything. Not that I have any information, but it's just to advise him. That in the first instance, he will not be there forever anyway. And the more you leave it, and the more things going on the downward trend, people are going to be looking at it, because we know them. Nigerians know some of these people who are involved in this subsidy racket. We know them. Tude Bakari virtually scattered around naming one or two. So we know them. We know those who use their big boys and luxury vehicles and yachts and so. Some of us know them. We grew up with them. You youngsters might not know. Some of us know them from way back when they were sitting in the receptions of their father's industries with nothing in the pocket, begging for money. And overnight they become superstars. We know them. The president must go after them. These people have put us into abject poverty. They've ruined all of us. But anyway, before I go, back to the issue is that the president has assured you, he hasn't said at what cost, but that the prices will not go up. I wish he also had an assurance that the prices will go down. My feeling would be from a a common citizen standpoint is that now that we are back to the subsidy regime, don't let's slip into it. Let us admit that there's a subsidy, to be put in place. Let us do it the proper manner and then see if we can even go further down. And let us look at other ways of importing fuel. I remember in the days of David West, I think we heard of government-to-government purchase. We give them crude, they give us refined. Let us look at other options for God's sake. But most importantly, my feeling this morning and my advice is that the president must be ready to sacrifice his friends. If he doesn't do so,
let me chip in something. Before this president came on board, President Jonathan did put up a panel that looked into the subsidy regime, and some people were found. Bola Tinubu was not the president at the time.
Yes.
So why didn't Jonathan prosecute them?
He's not there.
Why didn't Buhari prosecute them?
He's not there again. He's there now. That's what it is.
So I'm trying to say that what if they are not his friends? What if what happened to other presidents, especially those that investigated these people, came up with a report? Why didn't they go after those people when they had the chance? I mean, they had the evidence, they had everything to go after these people.
You see, both the ones before who didn't, and if he too doesn't, there'll be judgment day that won't be palatable for any of them.
And I'm really concerned as to why we cannot have a functioning refinery. One functioning refinery
we can't have. And as to the issue,
that's so shameful.
As to the issue of his friends, when I say his friends, it's not as if I know them, they're his personal friends. They are the elite. Why are you running away from that? Why do you think you have so much money thrown away at parties, at this and that?
Lose money
everywhere. That's where the money is. Our boys don't check in here now. That's where you get
lose money anywhere.
Money like that,
company will just spring up from nowhere, and before you know it, they are major sponsor of this, major sponsor of that. They have this, they have that.
All the boys in the lounges and all the boys who will now come and tell you my corporate story. I want to empower the youth, give them a feedback. I've told my own children, don't copy these people. Don't believe. You know they appear to be successful, but we know about how you can go legit from criminality. Let's leave that one. But it is difficult for you to tell me, Sheriff, that the government in question now, including the president, will not know one person that was involved in that subsidy racket.
The report is still with the government.
Minus report, even since the report. I would have expected by now the president would have called the DSS, whatever, constitute a committee, go and find me the people who put us in this mess.
I'm waiting for that president. I'm waiting for the president that would do that.
Look,
I'm waiting for that person.
You know how much it costs to go into politics.
That's why I said I'm waiting for that president. I'm waiting.
We are the same
I want to see that person that will say, I'm now the president, so I'm coming after everybody that has contributed to the situation of Nigeria today.
You know how much nobody puts his hard-earned money in politics in Nigeria.